stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Live before lock time. We got a brand new co-host running forward. That doesn't mean we're without our guys, Noam or TST, but we got a new staple on Mondays and Fridays. We got Ghost from Lucky Trader. Ghost, what's going on?
What's going on, Mike? Happy to be here. Big fan of Team Hold and the show, so surreal to finally be on here. And I'm always in the comment ship post in there, so I'm glad to finally be on the big screen.
Yeah, we're glad to have you, man. I mean, you've been on stream before, though, right?
I don't think so.
Really? Maybe just the playbacks?
Yeah, we were on one playback together, I think, and that's it.
All right, hell yeah. Yeah, Jeb right now losing his mind. Never seen those before. We're excited to have you. I know you've been writing some stuff for Lucky Trader, so you are not new to the So Rare streets. We'll talk a little bit more about some of the content that you've been creating a little bit towards the end. But hey, let's a couple of things here we got to do right off the top. So we will be giving away at least a limited tier, as always. In order to qualify, you got to like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Lucky into the chat. If we hit 200 live viewers, we're at 72 right now. We're just starting to get cooking. We'll make it a limited tier and a rare tier that we'll give away. I'll also say, if you haven't seen on our Twitter, we're giving away Domantas Sabonis. So limited card over there. So go engage with that if you haven't. So in order to qualify, you got to like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Lucky. I'm also, guys, we got some more breaking news here. As I'm going to open this right here. We got a little Money IPA today. Yeah, we got a beer sponsorship today. That's right. So our friends over at the Greats of Craft right here. Look at that pretty website. Look at that pretty website. You can find all the information in the show notes. They're doing a fun little promo for us where if you see that, right, we have the MZ25. You get 25% off if you spend over $75 over in there. And they've got like some pretty sick 4-packs. You can build your own stuff. So dive into the Greats of Craft. Look at that. We got a beer sponsor on this gosh darn show. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Let's go. We'll be talking about that in a little bit more later. But if this is your first time here, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going over some of the injury news. We're going to be going over some projections, and then we'll take some questions and answers and all that stuff. But Ghost, before we really dive into the slate, any big picture stuff for the weekend that you're looking at when it comes to game week 29?
Man, the Pacers' whole lineup is kind of up in the air right now. Kind of waiting to see if there's any news on that.
I can give you some news right on that because a bunch just came out right before we went on. So Nesmith is going to play, Nembhard is going to play, Turner is going to play. So that's what we've gotten so far from the Pacers. So that makes the Duarte play a little bit thinner. It makes Mathurin a little bit thinner. All the guys that we've been playing every single week, it just slows it down a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I was watching them. I was watching the Nets to see what Ben Simmons' status is. I saw he was questionable, and I think TJ Warren's doubtful already. So, I mean, we know how Ben Simmons is with injuries, so I'm not holding my breath to hope that he plays. So probably avoiding him, but probably Utah is in play. Maybe a little Joe Harris action.
Yeah, I think a lot of those ancillary guys. One other thing too that I'll say up top, it feels like we got way more one gamers than two gamers. A couple of things. Actually, let's just dive into the injury news. I'll talk tonight first, and then I'll hit some of the Saturday stuff I saw as well. So we're over here on Underdog right now. So we got Giannis is probable. Donovan Mitchell is doubtful. Rudy's questionable. Bane's questionable. Wiggins is questionable. Turner's available. Nembhard's available. So that's the big stuff. But if we go over to their Twitter, I just want to show you some of the stuff I saw for Saturday that I think is pretty important. Trying to avoid sneezing here. All right, Monty Morris not listed on the injury report for Saturday. So if you were thinking about those Wizards guards like Delon Wright, there's a reason to maybe steer clear, which I think impacts my lineup. Jeremy Sohan's questionable. I know everybody likes to play him. Porzingis is doubtful for Saturday.
That's a big one.
We already talked about the Pacers guys. Lonnie Walker's questionable, 8 for Saturday. AD's probable. LeBron is now questionable for Saturday. DeAndre Hunter's not on the injury report. Who else we got here? Corey Joseph's out for Saturday. Who cares about that? TJ Warren. The one I wanted to get into, we got, Ben Simmons still questionable. Where is it? Bruce Brown is questionable. Michael Porter Jr., who I know, like, we got burned by him the last couple of game weeks. It sounds like he's going to be back. KCP is probable. Murray's questionable. Embiid is questionable. And Jokic is probable. But if you want to do a little big brain here, a little galaxy brain, do you think Embiid is that pissed off that he didn't get named All-Star starter that he's like, you know what, fine, you want this big matchup on rivalry week? I'm questionable. I'm not playing.
he is a petty dude. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. And I know you talked about a lot this morning how stupid the All-Star voting is, that like we still have positions when it's a positionless NBA for the last like decade now. So
yeah, it's so bad. Borland, I saw you say Jalen Green is out. Is that last I saw? Oh yeah, Jalen Green listed out. Thank you for that one. So they're without Green. They're without Kevin Porter Jr. Is it Dashian Nick's season? I don't know.
Tari Eason.
Tari Eason, definitely. Tari Eason's probably the actual play, him and Şengün. Why don't we go over to Momentum Labs again? If you are not familiar, we use Momentum Labs projections. You can find a link to their site over there where we're behind the paywall. And what we'll do is we'll start towards the bottom here. I'll share a screen here in a second. We'll start at the bottom, see what kind of value sticks out. And then as we go over it, let me know if anything sticks out for you, any plays that you're jacked up about. So the first couple that pop over down here, you're going to see Josh Christopher, who now, I mean, that's with the Jalen Green news, right? So Jalen Green, he's going to cap a 7, projection of 17.5. You mentioned Yuta is going to cap a 7 and a projection of 15. Metu 8 and 11, and then Amir Coffey as well. But whatever, I'm not going to talk about Amir Coffey. Anybody? So is it Yuta that's the most exciting to you?
Yeah, I think the Nets players, and then I still kind of like Peyton Pritchard. I know that they're getting some of those guards back, so he's getting a little more risky. He's up there at 9 cap.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Aaron Wiggins was a big one that stuck out to me earlier, and they said that with Lou Dort out, that Aaron Wiggins could pick up his minutes, so he could be a little sneaky dart throw there.
Yeah, let's look at Wiggins right now. Aaron Wiggins has a cap of 10 and projection of 10. I wonder if that is going to get a little bit of a boost now with that information. Bruno Fernando gets a little bit of a boost too in the Hornets situation. Yeah, the Hornets situation is going to be interesting. I might just stay away from it, to be honest. Yeah, the Peyton Pritchard you just mentioned with the cap of 9, projection of 14. This is the other OKC guy that they were talking about. So Trey Mann. So I imagine it's a mixture of Mann and Wiggins. But Mann right here, cap of 10, projection of 19. And then Raul Neto, I think, with Donovan out. And I'm not sure what Rubio's situation is, but he's got a cap of 10, projection of almost 16. With the people saying Isaiah Joe over Wiggins too. Yeah, but Joe's cap's a little bit higher, I think, right? Let's see. Let's see what
I like the NATO call actually with Mitchell probably out because you'll see Darius Garland slide in there for some more minutes, and then probably they'll need to rely on some backup guards there a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree with that. Badavine saying bonjour from Paris. Just saw Wemby live. That's pretty sick, man. All right, let me get back down here. We're in the gutter where we were. So this is going to be the next group of guys that pop. I'm going to just note this right now. Duarte's ceiling is like greatly impacted by all of that news, right? I think the Nembhard news, like all of that stuff, all of those Pacers guys were they were like, well, at least one of them will sit. And now they're all back. So I think that Duarte is a little risky.
Are you still playing TJ McConnell? Because I still think he's a smash play.
Yeah, McConnell's still fine. I think I sold my McConnell while it pumped. But yeah, he's got a cap of 28, projection of 32.5. I mean, yeah, we've seen a lot of his upside. I do think Nembhard coming back takes away a little bit of it, but I still think like he's still a great play. I still think McConnell's a great play. But I think Duarte gets limited a little bit here. I want to be as excited. What about these two guys? So Jericho Sims, I mean, man, he's like been a nightmare roller coaster ride. He still ended up getting there yesterday because he got it was like 2 points and 13 rebounds or 12 rebounds. And then you get Dwight Powell down there. Is anybody sticking out for you there?
I love Dwight Powell. I mean, we talked about it. I think I put it in the comments the other day, and I know you and Jeb had talked about how frustrating he is of a player because he just gets these minutes and sometimes just doesn't do anything with them. But he's strung together 2 good games now in a row. I think he's gone over 30 Sorare points in 2 straight. And if Luka misses, then you just need more production all over the place. So they just don't have a lot of bodies left. They're going to get minutes. So I like him this weekend actually.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I looked at it and I saw because I was a rare contender piece short. And I was looking at Dwight Powell, but I skimmed over this guy and I should have gone back to him. Nasir Little with a cap of 11 and a projection of 27. I mean, I think that projection seems super high for Portland. But I do think like Nasir Little is a great play. We've seen some of his upside before his injury. So I really like him. Chetty Osman's getting a boost as well. Jalen Williams, we talk about every single freaking day. Keita Bates-Diop. I think this range is pretty. I don't think it's as popular as these guys in the cap of 13s where we saw people going out and spending on Sims, Duarte, and Powell. So these guys might go a little under the radar. But yeah, I don't know. Any thoughts on the Nasir Little types, the Chetty Osman types?
I mean, Chetty might get a little bump. I'm not a huge fan of Nasir Little personally.
How dare you?
I think Malachi Branham could be interesting, and I think that he's like a cool one to kind of put in your club and kind of hold on for a bit because as the Spurs kind of just tank or get rid of everyone, like he could see some more minutes later on. So he might be a sneaky value one to have later on.
Yeah, I love Malachi Branham. I think I'm not playing him this weekend. They only have one game, and I like him more when they're like stacked up a little bit. But I love I'm holding on to him for a long time. Yeah, I like that one. All right, let me keep scrolling up, see if we see anything else that's sexy in this 16 to 20 range isn't great. Like Josh Green, I'm seeing a lot of conversation about Robert Covington. I know he's projecting really well in some shout out Billy Jackson, by the way, who's firing up that optimizer that I see on Twitter. And like, dude, every time Billy shares his rewards, it's like 2 rares, 3 limiteds, a partridge and a pear tree. He's got like a little bit of everything. So shut up, Billy. He's just been crushing it. I'm not understanding the Robert Covington, and I'm happy to take an L on this, but like in the last 3 games, he's played 20 minutes, 19 minutes, and 21 minutes. I don't know why it's projecting. Like on Momentum Labs, it's projecting for 20. Wait, are we now hearing Rocco is out? Where'd you see that, sir? Or are you just throwing out crazy shit?
He has that on the sheet there that is out, but I don't know if that's not updated or what.
Yeah, but I wonder if they have 2 games. I wonder if they have 2 games this week. No, I don't think they do have 2 games this weekend. All right, I don't know. We'll look into it. All right, let's keep moving. Tari Eason, we talked about. I think he might be like one of my favorite plays in this like mid range.
Yeah, he's been great. I actually bought his rare for the previous game week, and he crushed it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I've got his last 5 pulled up. He's got 34, 12, 37, 25. So pretty solid for the last 4 besides that one dud, but he's going to keep getting minutes, especially with Porter Jr. out, now Jalen Green out. Like there's a lot of shots to be had there.
Absolutely. Yeah, and TST letting us know. So Rocco is out for the first game for personal reasons, but Clippers have 2 games, so maybe that's why he's still projecting. I'm not doing it, man. I'm not going down the Rocco. And then Denny, who is priced appropriately because the Wizards are shorthanded, he's got a nice boost there. We'll skip the mid range because that's usually where all the questions are. I just want to look at the MVPs here. LeBron only has 1 game. It's against the Celtics. You think he's going to play, but he's also listed as questionable. Luka, they announced today that Luka is day to day. I would be stunned if Luka plays tomorrow. I don't know. Any thoughts on that?
I'm fading Luka this weekend. I have him actually in one of as a common. I didn't buy up for any of his other tiers, but I'm not putting him in my lineups this weekend. It's just too risky, and I don't think that they should mess around with like a superstar like that. They'll probably give him the day off. Yeah,
and it's 1 game this weekend. I'm actually playing the other side of it. I'm playing Dinwiddie. Embiid is questionable. I think Embiid's going to play. I think he's just being a dick right now. I think he's going to play. I can't imagine he misses this Nuggets game,
I love the Dinwiddie play. I think that's like one of the top plays there. I mean, I think he was like a 30 cap, something like that.
Yeah, he was at 30. I'll actually I'll pivot over to I just started entering all of my goddamn training lineups, but my rare also first week with the rare underdog and super rare no cap, which is pretty exciting. This is my rare contender that I'm going to be rolling out today. So I'm a little bit disappointed with the DeLon Wright thing, and now I might be rethinking it. But Dinwiddie, Capella, DeLon Wright, Sims, and Little. I don't even know what my other options would be though. And the if I moved off DeLon Wright, I'd have a 20. Yeah, I can't. It's DeLon Wright. Unless I go buy somebody for 25, which is in play. So, but I like everything else. I still think DeLon Wright is fine, even if Monty Morris plays, but he's not as great of a play. So,
have they been playing Kendrick Nunn at all too?
A little bit, like 20 minutes or so, something like that.
No, you're not a Kendrick Nunn guy.
No, Kendrick Nunn. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not buying the hype on Kendrick Nunn. The Wizards didn't make that trade because they were excited to get Kendrick Nunn. They were moving Rui. No, they wanted to sign Kuz. This wasn't like, oh, thank God we got Kendrick Nunn. All right, let's start getting peppered with questions and answers. We'll do a Q&A segment. If you see any injury news too, let me know. I'll have underdog. Before we officially go do that though, why don't you guys like the stream, subscribe, put #lucky. Remember, we're giving away at least a limited tier. If we get up to 200, that will turn into a limited tier and a rare tier. So get in on that now. Like the stream, subscribe. And then, let's start peppering us with your questions. Who's your, as those come in and I take a sip of beer, who is like your favorite mid-range? I mean, I know we talked about Dinwiddie, so like anybody other than Dinwiddie, and that like, I don't know, 25 to 35 range. Has anybody stood out there for you as you were building today?
I like Precious a lot still. He's got 2 games. He's been trending up. He always seems to put up a ton of numbers when he does get those minutes, and he seems kind of locked in right now.
Yeah.
Still like Mathurin a lot, even though they've got some more guys coming back. So it muddies it a little bit, but he's had 2 strong games in a row now, and I think he hit a rookie wall there for a little bit, but he's starting to get it back together.
His minutes are pretty secure too. His like, it's not like he did benefit some, but he like, it's not like he's going to the bench and not going to play anymore. Christian said, what's the Claxton projection? You can see it down there at the bottom. So he's got a cap of 38 and a projection of 36.7. But listen, man, Claxton has been a consistent big time double. He's been a monster. So I know they only have 1 game, but whatever, fired up.
He's so good. I mean, I think that he got so overshadowed by like all those other superstars on the team, but like they just struck absolute gold with Claxton. He's amazing. He's
been great. Levi was asking, you reckon they will do a competition for the All-Star game? They put out one of those like eyeball emoji type tweets today where they were like, stay tuned, stuff's coming. So yeah, I do think they're going to do something for the All-Star game. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I do think we'll see something. Aaron was saying AD or Jokic for your limited champ MVP. I have AD's off the injury report, I think, so he should be good to go against Boston. I think that's like a decent matchup. And then it's Jokic against Philly. I don't know. Do you have a lean on that one?
Is AD playing full minutes now, or is he still like ramping back up? That would be my only concern.
Yeah, that's what my guess is. He's playing like 28 to 30 minutes, where like Jokic is playing 35, right? So AD has a cap of 54 and a projection of 41. And Jokic, who's probable, has a cap of 55 and projection of 53. So I think you're rolling out.
Yeah,
you're rolling out Jokic there.
I feel like they've been resting Jokic here and there, saying that he has like an injury, but I feel like they've just been giving him some games off here and there. Yeah. And so if he's playing, especially with like Bruce Brown and some of those other guys possibly missing, like I would probably go Jokic over AD there.
Yeah, I agree. Reese Davies is saying, I need to pick 2 out of Alvarado, Kenyon Martin, and Seth Curry. Without looking at the projections yet, what are your 2?
Oof. I would probably definitely go Kenny Martin Jr. with all of those guys missing. The other 2 are a bit tougher. I know that Seth Curry probably benefits from some of the injuries that they've got there. So I tend to lean him just because New Orleans is getting a little bit healthier with Brandon Ingram back and some of the other guys. They're kind of at full strength, it feels like, besides Zion. So
yeah, I think without looking, I was gonna go those 2 as well. And yeah, looking at the projections, Kenyon Martin and Seth Curry are pretty close. Then Alvarado noticeably lower here, right? So Alvarado with a projection of 19, Seth Curry projection of 26, Kenyon projection of 24. So there you go. Good question though, Reese. Brooks. So you're talking about Dylan Brooks, Sport Freak? We can look up Dylan Brooks. He's got a cap of 21 and a projection of 26. Man, it's never fun pressing submit on Dylan Brooks, but Zealey's got a good one, though. You got Trae Young for 1 game or Scotty for 2 games?
Let me look up Scotty's last 5 here. I feel like he's been on an upswing here.
Yeah, his most recent game sucked, but
in a short slate like this where most people have 1 game, I feel like that 2 game from superstars or like higher tier guys is just so valuable because you got that extra lotto ticket. So yeah, I would kind of lean the two game guy if it is close.
Yeah, I'll be different and say Trae Young because Trae, I don't know if you guys saw this, but with the All-Star voting, he finished, I think, with the same amount of votes as LaMelo Ball, and like Terry Rozier had 1 less vote. Tyler Hero had the same amount of votes. So I think Trae Young's going to be real angry. So I'm going to go Trae just for the narrative. But to your point, Scotty, he's got a projection of 37, but you got 2 cracks at it where Trey's got a projection of 43 and only 1 crack. So I do think it's pretty close.
Yeah, I just pulled up the last 5 for both of those, and Scotty he's cracked 40 once, and so is Trey. So it's kind of a toss up there with the recent projections.
Yeah, definitely. All right, somebody was asking about DeAndre Ayton, who just came off a pretty big double-double. He's got a cap at 31, projection at 37. They need DeAndre Ayton to be good, and he's going to get fed a lot. And it's also a good matchup against the Spurs. I like it. I like it. Okan was saying Alondes Williams for underdog rare. Well, let me tell you, Okan, he is locked into my lineup with -3. he's got a -3 cap. He's going to have 0. He's not going to play. I think he's in the G League. Let it ride, baby. I love it. Levi was asking for Nembhard. We can see if I don't know if Nembhard's been updated, but yeah, he is. Kappa 22, projection of 21.8. I don't know. Outside of TJ and Mathurin, are you avoiding the Pacers thing? I mean, Nembhard was everyone's darling for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are just so hit or miss. Like Nembhard and Naismith kind of just trade off having decent games, and they're really hard to predict.
Yeah,
I do like Miles Turner here and there, but
yeah,
the wings are a little muddied now with those guys back, especially like you said with Duarte and Nembhard and Naismith just kind of all cannibalize each other.
yeah, I totally agree. Jaden Ivey or Derek White? I really think this might be Derek White here. No, actually, it's not. So Jaden Ivey is cap of 23, projection of 29. White cap of 23, projection of 25. So there you go. Jaden Ivey just feels like he disappoints, but maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
That's a really close one. That's a good question.
Osman, Neto, or Matthews. We looked at Osman and Neto. I believe Osman Chetty projected the best, but Garrison Matthews we haven't looked at yet. He's going to cap a 10 and a projection of 11, but I wonder if that didn't happen until after. I wonder if that was no. I guess that would have been included the Jalen Green news. Yeah, man, this feels gross though. I don't know. You have a thought?
I'm not tossing Garrison Matthews in any of my lineups. I mean, he's played. I'm looking at his past 5 there. He's got 3 points, 14, 14, 10. There's just not a ton of upside there, even if he does like get a ton of minutes. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Kid Nick says this is a fun one. Dinwiddie and Tim Hardaway or Ant-Man and Josh Green.
Ooh.
Right?
That's a tough one. I've seen that Anthony Edwards, like a lot of people are thinking he has one of the highest projections on the slate, at least tonight. In the DFS world. So I would go for that 100 potential game, like just go for the top ceiling guy.
He's been balling. He has been balling. I'm looking at these guys in the 25 range now. I kind of want to buy somebody else instead of DeLon Wright. Do you think is it Brandon Clark? Is that like or Tim Hardaway Jr.? Let's go. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna focus on my shit now. Let's see what they are though. Let's see how bad it is. Everyone's gonna delist now that they see me doing this. Brandon Clark for 115, but then it jumps up, and there's no Steven Adams. Man, this is what I'm gonna end up doing. I know it. So
he's out 3 to 5 weeks. So
that's Adams is?
Yeah, that's a good amount of time to get some value out of Brandon Clark.
God damn, I can't believe I'm gonna do it.
And I think Luka will be back after a game. So I don't know. I mean, if you like Tim Hardaway independent of Luka, then maybe. But I think that Brandon Clark probably has more value for the next month at least.
Yeah. All right, chat. You decide Brandon Clark or DeLon Wright for this game weekend. Man, I hate this. I shouldn't be doing this. All right, let me catch back up here. Is Duarte still a good play? I think I'd move off Duarte on if you have better options. I think Duarte's still fine, but Duarte's not the same. Like an hour ago, he was like one of the best plays on the slate, and now I think he's still like fine, but he's not great. I think. I don't know. Bolshoi says Butler, Edwards, or Siakam. That's a fun one. Who's your favorite of those 3?
I'd still go Edwards.
Yeah, I think I'd go Edwards too. I think I'd go Edwards, Siakam, Butler.
That's my order as well.
Yeah. Josh saying all have 2 games, pick 2 limiteds. Okay, so Siakam we just talked about, McCollum, Garland, and Bam. They all have 2 games. Pick 2 of the 4. I think Siakam's definitely in there. Honestly, go ahead.
My second would be Garland.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Garland with the upside of having Mitchell out. I mean, he's got huge ceiling there.
Yeah, and I still like CJ, but you got to remember like 15 to 18 shots are now going to Brandon Ingram a game. So
I just recently sold my CJ Rare actually because of that. I just didn't want to deal with the Brandon Ingram taking all of his shots.
Yeah, I know. Do you think Reese says, do you think Buddy will be a good play with so Buddy I think is still fine. I mean, he definitely comes down a little bit because all these other guys are back, but he's still fine. All right, what else? Let me catch up. Dashin Nick. So that's what we were talking about Kevin earlier. I don't think he's going to be a good play. I'm just yeah, no, he's still not even projecting, even though he also, Kevin, listen, I'm going to be real honest. He sucks, man. He's not very good. So, like, even if he's going to get a lot of exercise in, he might not get a lot of stats. I think I'm off.
You don't want to be going to battle with Dyson Nix. I don't want that on my side.
Yeah. James says you got a beer sponsor. What the F? You finally did it. You deserve it. All right. I thought you were talking about that's why. Okay. Everybody's saying Clark. God, buy both. Marco, what the hell, dude? Buy both? All right. Here, you take out. If you see any questions in the chat, fire them up. I'm gonna go buy something. If you can see them. Also, yeah, you can switch it so you see not just the private chat, but you can see the comments too, just so you know. I realized I didn't tell you that ahead of time. Let's see if anybody bought a Clark before. Okay, no one bought it yet. God, I hate that I'm doing this, man. I can't wait to sell. I hope Jericho Sims pops off tonight so I can sell him.
He's getting the minutes. I'm a big proponent of just guys with low cap and high minutes. Like that's the recipe for success. So
yeah,
he always fits that right now.
Yeah, Nasir or Reggie. Wow, isn't that crazy how bad we've gotten with our man Reggie Jackson now? Because like Reggie's just been pretty bad, man. Reggie has a cap of 13, a projection of 12. It's going to be little. It's going to be little by a lot. Cap of 11, projection of 27. So there you go. There you go.
I'm surprised you're so into little, man.
What's up?
I'm surprised you're so into little. I just don't. I'm looking at his game log here. Just not putting up that many points. I mean, he had a 22-point game, but most of it's trending between like 10 and 20. I don't know. Just not a ton of upside.
No, I agree. I don't like. I think this projection's way too high, but I think it's probably closer to Chetty Osman, and I'll tell you why I got him. This was before we had the Chetty news that he was going to be a great play, but Nasir Little was like, it was like a $40 discount over everyone. That was a cap of 13. That was like Sims, Duarte, and Powell, and I was like, okay, for like the $40 difference, to me that was worth it. Gotcha. People saying I agree by both. You guys are monsters. You think we get a Terrence Mann game with 2 games this weekend? What's your take on the Clippers?
Let me pull up their log here. I mean, Kawhi's been playing more consistently, so it's getting a little bit more difficult to rely on those fringe dudes. So
it really is. It really is. This lineup. This is getting a tier 1. Dinwiddie, Capella, Clark, Sims, and Little. That's a tier 1.
Also, I try to spell Terrence Mann's name every time, and he spells Terrence in a very weird way, like no double R or anything, and I can never find him in like Sorare data.
I know. The thing with Terrence Mann, so this is the case for Terrence Mann, Adam, is that he can get there with Paul George and Kawhi playing. Like he's still an okay play with them playing because he's out there. Like he's one of their better defenders. He'll handle the ball. I actually think there's a chance that he kind of takes over as their point guard and we see no more Reggie Jackson and no more John Wall. So I think he can still get there. And then if you luck into them being like, well, Kawhi's not allowed to play 3 games in 1 full week, so maybe we sit him for a game, then all of a sudden he becomes a great play. His ceiling's definitely limited though with Kawhi and Paul George back. So there you go. All right, let's see what else we got here. Levi, strategy question: is it good to go 2 huge players in limited champion, Jokic and Tatum, or do you spread it out a little bit? What is your method?
I always try to go 2 players or at least in common champion. I don't have like 2 giant superstars in any other tiers. But I always try to fit those in. It really depends, I guess, on what you have for your low cap guys, because I don't ever want to take like a 0 or like a 5 or anything. Like if you have low cap guys that aren't playing, like I don't think that's worth jamming in 2 stars. But if you have some guys that are projecting really well, that are just into a random getting a usage out of nowhere, like I think that's a good time to play them.
Yeah, I know it's always so annoying to be like, well, it depends on your gallery, but it really does. Like if you have one of those guys we're talking about, like Jericho Sims, Dwight Powell, Nasir Little, Chetty Osman, if you have one of those guys, then definitely play 2 superstars. But if your gallery tells you to play like a Jokic and then just go 34, 34, 30, whatever it is, then that's let your gallery dictate it for you. All right, Mike, you tell us every live before lock. You aren't going to do this, Mike, but each time you do. Well, you know what? For the content. Mike has always been into little. Listen, you are what you eat. I don't know what to say there. All right, let's remind the people here what we're doing. We got a little sweet-ass giveaway. We're up to 141 people. I deep down believe in our hearts that we can get to 200 live viewers, all right? Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag lucky into the chat. Let's get this shit up to 200 so I can give away a rare. The benefit of not getting up to 200 is I don't have to give away a rare. So there's always that. Ewan is saying, is Brandon Ingram back? So I don't think he's on the injury report. He played the last game. He was really rusty. He was really bad. But he is back and he took a lot of shots. So I'm pro Brandon Ingram. I think he's going to be a great play in like a week after the L10 catches up,
Yeah, he had 21 points in his first game in 25 minutes, so definitely easing him back. Not terrible, but he's got a high ceiling when he does start rolling again. So
absolutely,
he also looks super high in his Sorare picture. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but
yeah, he looks high all the time, man. When he won, he didn't win Rookie of the Year. Did he win Most Improved Player? I think the year of the bubble, and his interview was one of like the funniest things. It was great. I'm saying Paul George and Robert Williams or Bane or Giddey plus Cam Johnson. Oh man, that's the first one, right?
I would probably go with Paul George for the ceiling. Yeah. And you got Time Lord, who's been playing well. So
yeah, Time Lord's been playing great. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. All right. What? Yeah, Manuel's talking about Alondas. Yeah, did that price go up? Because I'll tell you I'll tell you what I'll do right now. I will sell that shit if it did.
I feel like I covered, or I know the NBA pretty well, and I have never heard that dude in my life.
No, I haven't. Oh wait, did it really go up? Oh baby, we're listing this thing. We're gonna write off our Brandon Clark. That's what we're gonna be doing. I don't need, because this is what my underdog looks like. I know nobody cares about this, but this is what my underdog looks like. It was just kind of what I have left. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put in Dylan right now. But we got Tillman, Wright, Jock Lundell, James Wiseman. We're just gonna hope he plays, and then Alondas Williams, just garbage, straight garbage. But it's fun. I'm happy for more turn. Is that how you feel? Like you're just happy to have more tournaments so you can use your freaking cards?
Yeah, I mean, I usually stick to. I play both rares, and then I do both limiteds. Don't do any of the higher ones, but I've tried to build strong teams for both rares, or have enough players to be able to do that on a pretty consistent basis.
Yeah. I need to buy something expensive so that I can actually compete in the rare champions, but I don't have a good
no better time than the present, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I've already spent too much today. Matherin, a good shout again. He finally smashed it for me. He's still fine. Yeah, he's still fine. He's not. I don't think he has the same ceiling he did earlier because all those guys are back, but he's still fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wait, back after a few game week hiatus, and boy, this week is causing headaches. Well, yeah, welcome back, Tom. I swear to God, it's just getting harder and harder every week.
I'm really interested for this slate with only one game for a lot of people. Like, I think it's going to be a really low scoring slate.
Well, especially when you look at these MVPs, that's why City's asking about Giannis. I mean, Giannis is probably my favorite out of all of these guys because he's playing 2 games, right? Like the next highest guy is Fred VanVleet. So I'm rolling out. I'd be rolling out Giannis if you got
no
him.
Bobby Portis either.
No Bobby Portis. More rebounds to go around. What else do we have here? What else do we have? Dean Wade or Duarte? Ooh, that's actually pretty interesting now because of the situation with the Pacers. Dean Wade or Duarte? I mean, Duarte's going to project so much better, but I don't hate it. I mean, I know it's the Dean Wade call is definitely risky, but
Dean Wade's coming off a really good game. I mean, he just had 31 server points last game. And Mitchell's going to be out now, so might have to lean Dean Wade. I didn't think that at first, but
yeah, I know, especially with the Pacers guys back. Aaron, is there? Wait, hold on. Borland said just noticed that Edwards limited is low. Just noticed that Edwards limited low ass jumped like 23 today. Yeah, man, he's been crushing. All right, let's see. And like you were saying, all the DFS guys are like great play today.
Yeah.
Cap of 18. Let's see. The best one here we're seeing. It's Eason.
Eason for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Tari Eason. Josh Richardson or Horford. So Ricky, I think I saw some that Richardson might be questionable this weekend. That might be wrong though. Yeah, he is questionable. They only have 1 game. Also, I'm just going Horford anyways.
He missed the last game too.
Yeah, I'm going Horford. It's a little bit of a higher cap, but it's also a higher projection. So, all right, here we go. Muhammad said Tatum, Kyrie, or Randall as an MVP, and Paul George or Şengün for your number 2 guy. Ooh. All right, you take the first one. I'll take the second one.
Tatum, Kyrie, or Randall's MVP? I would probably go Tatum there. I think that he has the highest ceiling, even though Randall's been just absolutely balling. So,
yeah,
man, I like all 3 of those. I saw Kyrie too, and I'm like, man, Kyrie might just go off with all of them out. So I'm gonna stick with Tatum though.
Yeah, Tatum against the Lakers, I feel like and after a loss, like I'm excited for that game. Paul George or Şengün? It's got to be Paul George. I mean, I love Şengün. And I know Şengün's got triple-double upside. There's no Kevin Porter Jr. There's no Jalen Green. But do you know what that also could mean? They lose by 1 million, and Şengün doesn't play the 4th quarter. So
that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go – I'd go Paul George there. Let's see. If fit. This is why I love we got Europeans in here, because I think we should have been saying this a long time ago about if a player is fit for the game. It's way better. I think Rudy's great. If Rudy's alive and playing, I think Rudy's great.
Can we free Naz Reid to like a different team where he could just go off? Because I hate that he just keeps getting buried behind Rudy Gobert there.
I know. I mean, I understand why he does, but yeah, he needs. I love Naz Reid. Naz Reid's so fun. Also, Magnum's updated me. Houston's playing Detroit, so maybe Şengün is the play then, because no one can lose by 1 million when you both lose by 1 million. Zeely's asking, LeBron's questionable. What do we think about Rui? I don't think LeBron has been questionable for 70% of the games this year. So I expect LeBron to play. And so you're probably getting like 20 to 24 minutes from Rui, right?
I agree. I'm not a huge Rui guy either, so
yeah,
not holding my breath on that one.
Yeah. I mean, like, whatever. If you got him and that's like your best play in that range, sure, but I wouldn't be going out of my way. All right, the tall Jalen Williams or Abaji as a low cap contender play. I haven't checked. Oh, did I spell that wrong? Is it Abaji? Oh, come on. Agbaji. Okay, my bad. Nope, it's not that either. Okay, let me just scroll down to Jalen Williams first because I know he's in there. So he's got a cap of 11. He's projecting pretty well here. He's projecting pretty well. He's got a cap of 11, projection of 15.6. Here he is. Agbaji down here. Oh, it's AG. My bad. He's got a cap of 11 and a projection of 11. So this is the thing I would say, though. It's Biggs at OKC. I never know. But it seems like they're leaning into him a little bit more. So I think I go Jalen Williams.
I go Jalen Williams as well.
Yeah. Alex in the chat saying Tatum or Garland. But then he kind of answers it. Is it Tatum easy? I love that you answered it, Alex. I'm sorry if I was going too slow. So yeah, it's Tatum, right?
It is Tatum, but I think that you get a lot of flexibility. What's Tatum's cap at? Because Garland's at 40, so I would assume that Tatum's higher than that. So you might get a little flexibility if you go with Garland there, and he's got a very high ceiling. So I don't think it's an easy question.
Yeah, so Tatum has a cap of 53 and a projection of 51. Garland's way down here, right? Isn't Garland? Garland has 40 a cap right of 40 and a projection of 41. I assume if you're playing Tatum, you're playing him as your MVP, though. So you probably play both of them, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Naz Reid, next point guard for the Raptors. I love that, AJ. It's a great call. Harper saying Neesmith, Okoro, or Caleb Martin. God, it's not Okoro, man. Okoro just sucks to play.
Martin even getting minutes?
Is who?
Caleb Martin?
I don't know. Yeah, I mix up the Martins all
the time. He got 11 minutes last game.
Yeah, he's got a cap of 17 in projection. I think it's Neesmith, man. I just go with Neesmith.
I think he's got the easiest guaranteed path to playing time there.
Yeah. Tom saying best play with the max cap of 29. We haven't really looked too much in that range, so let's take a peek. I'm seeing John Collins, OG. I think it's OG with 2 games, or I love Wendell Carter Jr. He has 2 games as well. Rudy Gobert. Oh my God, Rudy Gobert's cap is 28. If you want to get a little risky with either Gobert or Wiggins, and then there's your boy McConnell. I don't know who's your favorite in that range there.
29. Well, you got Capella, your boy, right there at 30. If you can get one more point, I mean, he's been playing great.
Yeah.
I do like Wendell as well as a former Bulls player there who we just got fleeced in the trade for Vooch. But what's OG been up to lately? I feel like he's
been kind of all over the place, but I just like that they have 2 games.
Yeah, I am really prioritizing the 2-game guys on the slate.
Yeah. While you look that up too, I'm gonna Embiid, Jokic, or Irving. Wow, it's gonna be Jokic for me. Veggie balls.
I agree.
But I think whatever one you play is fine. And then the other one I wanted to pull up, Josh Green or Mark Williams. I think that one's kind of fun. But I think it's Josh Green here, which he's just gonna, assuming Luke is out, he's gonna play a bunch of minutes, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Mark Williams probably has the higher upside with how many stats he racks up, but I think Josh Green probably has the more secure minutes coming if Luke is out. So tough decision there.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, I'm going to try to catch up. Sorry, guys. I know I'm like super far behind. Seb says Miles Turner or DeRozan. Miles Turner has a cap of 42 and a projection of 40. I got to imagine DeRozan is a better play here. Where are you at? Yeah, DeRozan cap. Well, actually, it's a lot closer than I thought it was. But if you have the cap space, I'm taking DeMar. How do you feel as the resident Bulls fan? How do you feel?
Well, the Bulls make me want to vomit right now. So it's pretty brutal out there. But that being said, I think that DeRozan probably has the more secure role in the offense and ability to put up stats. I feel like Miles Turner can put up a dud every now and then.
Yeah, he definitely can. All right, here we go. I got an Irving or Randall. I think, oh man, that's you take this one.
I would have said Randall before this, and then I'm kind of leaning towards Irving actually, with Simmons probably either questionable or not playing. I just think that it's going to be one of those games where Kyrie just does everything and just puts up massive numbers, which he's been doing for the last 10 games now.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait, hold on. Vijak says, gents, Jaden McDaniels, Herbert Jones, or Vanderbilt for game week this thanks. I think I'm going to cross off Herbert Jones. Even though I like Herbert Jones as a player, I think I'm going to cross him out. Vanderbilt or McDaniels? Jaden McDaniels been like sneaky playing really well lately, hasn't he? Hasn't he been like putting up numbers?
Jared Vanderbilt's been he's got 23, 24, and 34 in his last 3.
Yeah, they're projecting. I think Jaden's projecting a little bit better. I think I'd go Jaden. He's got a cap of 25, projection of 25. Vanderbilt's below him with a cap of 24, projection of 21. Let me look up Herbert Jones.
I'm going Vanderbilt on his most recent trend there.
There we go. All right, so you're taking Vanderbilt. I'm taking the other one. I'm taking McDaniels. Alex says, okay, so which 2 out of Garland, Siakam? Oh my God, Garland, Siakam, and Curry. I mean, Steph, you have to take Steph. I'm just like a firm believer where like if I have Steph or LeBron or Jokic, like I'm going down with him. I don't want to like big brain it and be like, well, Garland and Siakam are in better spots. Like I'm playing Steph every time. What about you?
I'm gonna disagree. I think I'm gonna go Garland and Siakam.
Wow. All right, I'm doing Steph and Garland. There you go, Steph and Garland. All right, Derek White or Denny. This is a fun one because I think Denny's been showing some sex appeal here. So cap of 20, projection of 27 gives you a little bit of cap room. Derek White has a cap of 23 and a projection of 25. So it's both. It's Denny. It's Denny for me.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, here we go. If you had to pick one, what's up, Jay Blaze? Zubats, Patrick Williams, or Diallo? I'll just give you the floor on Patrick Williams. Like, how are we feeling?
So Patrick Williams, every couple of games, you'll realize that he's Tony Snell in like a LeBron James body. But then he remembers every couple of games that he has like a LeBron James body and just goes off. And he's in one of those stretches right now where he realizes that he's huge. So he's playing well right now.
He is playing really well right now. I think I would take, you know what? Diallo has also been getting more minutes lately, but I know Killian Hayes is back. So yeah, it's hard for me not to take big Zubats country. Cap of 24, projection of 23. Let's look at Patrick Williams here.
Patrick's cap is a little high. I feel like it's fair. It's right around where he's probably going to go, but he doesn't have a ton of upside above that, in my opinion. Yeah. So I think Zubac always has that chance to go for like a 20-20 game, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like in the right matchup, he goes nuts. So I like it. Turner or LaMelo? I'm just going LaMelo, man. Like LaMelo kind of had a bad game, and it was like 15, 11, and 8 last night. So I know he's just come back from injury, but I'm taking LaMelo.
Dude, LaMelo was chucking last night against the Bulls. He was like 2 of 15 and throwing up like Trae Young like half court threes and stuff. It was insane. He just has no conscience.
It was brutal. I had him in all of like my underdog stuff. I decided early in the night, I was like, I bet LaMelo plays. So I was getting him in like the 4th round, and I was like, oh my God, he's got a projection of almost 50. And then it didn't matter because he still was fine. All right, Aaron Wiggins. There you go. Your boy, Neto or Hartenstein.
I'm going Aaron Wiggins.
Yeah, I like that. The Knicks bigs, man. I like Randall's taken so many shots, and rightfully so. It's not like we should be clearing out for Hartenstein, but a lot of the usage, like it's all putbacks. That's how they have to get there. So I think I would coin flip between Neto and Wiggins. I think I'd go Wiggins just because that's more fun.
Hartenstein's minutes just scare me too much. Like he just has some games where he'll get 10 minutes and do nothing. Really. So I just always hate to take a flyer on someone like that.
I know. All right, hold on. Wolfpack? Yeah, we're just yelling Wolfpack, Amadou Diallo. Kenyon Martin Jr. It's Kenyon Martin Jr., right? Especially with all of the Rockets who are missing. Seth Curry or Eric Gordon. This is a good one because Seth Curry's probably going to get a boost, but Eric Gordon also getting a boost, right?
Yeah. Eric Gordon just missed the last game. So is he for sure playing now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it said not on the injury report.
I don't know what he's doing on that young team that's trying to tank. But I'd probably go Eric Gordon because when he is in the lineup, he's getting 31 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm with you. Oh, Top Shot Talk. I like this one. Capella or Aaron Gordon, and he's saying not just for this week, like factoring in long term. That's interesting, man. What's your take before I look this up?
I am leaning. My gut is telling me Clint Capella. I need to get a little more familiar with what Aaron Gordon's been doing. He's coming off a huge game.
So Capella for this game week is a cap of 30 and a projection of 34. His cap probably belongs around 37. Like he's had a couple of games where he's playing like 18 minutes when he was like coming back. Aaron Gordon, on the other hand, cap of 29, projection of 31. Aaron Gordon, man, has been playing really, really well. He fits in so nicely with Jokic. I feel like he gets a bunch of easy buckets. I know Jeb is on the Okongwu train, so he's just like Capella's going to get. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. Capella's going to get hurt.
That is true. Bigger injury risk for sure if you're thinking long term.
But I mean, Capella is like a guaranteed like 15 and 10.
The easy buckets that he gets from like lobs, there's just like 5 or 6 lobs every game, and then he gets all those putbacks just for dunks. Like he just racks up points so fast. But Aaron Gordon does have the benefit of getting all those steals and assists and like basically being like a mini Jokic out there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Aaron Gordon there. I mean, I think I'm gonna go Aaron Gordon long term, but I love Cade Capella. Clint Capella, Jesus. Brandon Clark or Jaden McDaniels, I think is a fun one.
So the McDaniels brothers are kind of like my bugaboo right now. Of like every time I play them, they like basically do nothing or bust really hard. Like both of them, they're just the same. So I'm gonna go with who was the other one there? Brandon Clark.
Yeah, Brandon Clark.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Brandon Clark.
Yeah, I'm going with Clark too, just because I spent $115 on him. How does Clay project? The way Toronto plays defense, trapping and doubling the opposing point guard constantly. I feel like Steph is going to pass a lot today, and Clay would be my guess to benefit the most. So that's like a good thought in theory, but I don't know if the Raptors will do that against a team that has Steph, Clay, and Poole on the court at all times. You know, like that's maybe they do that, and I'm wrong, and then Clay and Poole are the guys, but. If they're doubling, I don't know. I'd be scared if I was the Raptors and I'm just like leaving Clay and Poole wide open.
The Warriors are a tough team to game plan like that for defense.
I know. But yeah, well, let's look at Clay's projections anyways. We'll see what he's looking at because that's what you would actually ask. He's going to cap at 41 and a projection of 36. Yeah, his cap is pretty high from the last couple of games.
That seems like an outrageous cap for what he's been doing over the last like 5-10 games. Like he's only hit over 40 once in the last 5 or 10. So
yeah, it's because he was so hot where before Steph came back, he had those games in a row where he was dropping like 30 real life points. TST with the great. He said Curry averaged 15 points since the finals against Toronto, but then said so he's due for 50. All right, these are 2 guys you don't like, so I'm excited for you to pick this one. Hartenstein or Little?
I'll go Little for the minutes because at least he's actually. Let me look up his projected minutes here. So
pretty close.
He's got 32 minutes last game, 17, 13. I feel like Hartenstein's kind of rolling around 15 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So I'll stick with Little.
Yeah, I'm going Little too, since, again, he's in my lineup and I'm biased. All right, what we're going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and remind the people, right? We're up to 130 entrants. There's 145 watching. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Lucky into the chat for a shot at limited tier. And speaking of Lucky, Ghost, hit us a little bit with some of the content you are doing over there. I know you've been sharing it in the So Rare Discord. I've seen it on Twitter. But hit us with some of the stuff you're working on over there with Lucky Trader.
Yeah, so I read a game week primer each game week, Monday, Friday, kind of breaking down all the injury news, all the roster stuff that's going on. And then I provide like 4 or 5 guys that I think are value plays. It's a little hard because we try to get out early in the morning, and obviously like this show is perfect because you get so much of the news coming in at the end, and that kind of like makes your lineups.
Right.
But it's been fun. So we're doing that Monday, Fridays. Want people to hop into our league. We're going to start doing some giveaways with people who beat me in the common champion in our league. So that'll be a little fun. I got a target on my back there, but just excited.
I just dropped a link to the Lucky Trader headquarters or Lucky Trader HQ Twitter. So go ahead and check that out too, so you can follow along, check out their website and all the stuff that they're doing. I was trying to find. All right, here we go. I'm also going to share our man Ghost Twitter, so go follow him as well. I'm going to drop a link right in there. Wait, Ricky said, "Yo, Mike, you never sent me the giveaway from this week." Just a friendly reminder, Ricky. I didn't. You're right. Wait, what did I? Let me actually see this right now. Hold on. What was the one? Did you win a Top Shot one, or did you win a? Let's see. Hold on, I got this right over here, baby. It was a Top Shot. All right, I need to send you a Top Shot one. Shea Matador over there. Okay. Thank you, Ricky, for the reminder. But yeah, so I dropped a link to both Ghost and Lucky Trader, so go check that out. Also, yes, sir, we are gonna pump this sponsorship one more time. Right? We got a beer sponsor, baby. So if you check out thegreatsofcraft.com, I'm going to drop a link into that. So go ahead, take out the Greats of Craft located in New York. I do a lot of shows over there, so shout them out for partnering up with us. And here's the deal. They've got a lot of different like craft beer stuff that you can check out. And if you buy anything over there and you get up over $75 or more, if you use the code MZ25, which I'm going to drop in the chat, bang, you get 25% off your order. So if that's something that you're into, they deliver. Obviously, you don't have to be in the New York. You can do curated shit that they'll send you. So check it out anyways. We're just pumped to have a beer sponsor. You kidding me?
Need like a hoops for hops or hops for hoops or something like that.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Fuck. We should have talked about this before, man. But Ghost is going to be doing this show with us on Mondays and Fridays now. We'll have our boy, our man, TST. We're going to have George St. Ledger join us next Friday, too. He's been, we were going to have him last week. Now it's going to happen next week. Gnome, don't worry. Gnome is still going to pop on. Gnome got a new gig, baby. He's working hard. So we'll get Gnome on when he can. We might find another opportunity. We're also looking to start another like weekly So Rare show. That's going to be more some like deep dive strategy stuff. Wait, did they already announce Luca's out? Oh, did they already say that? Or are you just tweeting some shit right now? Texting some shit. Hold on.
Underdog's been really slow. Not a lot of updates tonight.
Yeah,
he's really out. He's out.
Wow, Luca out. That's Spencer Dinwiddie to the moon. All right, we'll get a couple more questions in, then we're going to wrap up here. Jack says, how does everyone feel about Kyle Anderson to cover the over points? Well, look, Jack. Hell yeah, Jack. We're just doing some overs here. I usually use establish the run. I'll search some. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but let me search some Kyle Anderson. Let me see. I can't type that in. All right, hold on. Let me see what they got for Kyle Anderson. Is that points? Kyle Anderson for points. They're saying over. They're saying over. Which, by the way, if you are into Underdog, let's just pump the other sponsor. We use Underdog for all of their injury stuff. But if you sign up for Underdog and you use promo code HOLD, you get 100% bonus up to $100. So just drop the link to that in the chat as well, baby. All right, let's see. Last couple questions here. Eric Gordon or Pat Connie? That's actually a fun one. That's a fun one because I think Connaughton is like a pretty nice play with Portis out.
Yeah, he was projecting well.
Yeah, let me see Pat Con.
He had 46 last game.
Yeah, he had a big double-double. He's got a cap of 24. Yeah, Connaughton's the better play there, Frederick. I think that's it, boys and girls. All right, let's spin this wheel. We didn't get up to 200. We're going to give away a limited tier. If you win this thing, shoot me a DM, either at Mike Zakarian or in the Discord. Speaking of the Discord, let me drop a link to the Discord. You guys can join it. If you sign up for our YouTube VIP, by the way, which is just like $1.99, it gets you into the gated Discord where there's a lot of So Rare talk in there. Jeb says, what level are you on NBA All-World? Level 5. We're up to level 5, Jeb. We've been grinding only on when I take the dog for a walk. Rilo's, we actually had this exact question a little bit earlier. We went to Rosen. Zealy was asking, am I crazy if no, Suggs actually projected pretty well for that in that range. I think Suggs is fine. All right, let's spin this thing. We finished with 146 entrants. Here we go. If you win, shoot me a DM. Don't forget to enter your training lineups too. It's a piece of shit, but we got to do it. It's going to Leon Lowe. Do you know Leon Lowe?
I do not. I like the name though.
Yeah, it is a good name. It's a good name. Big skier. Leon, shoot me a DM at Mike Zakarian on Twitter or in our Discord. Again, go check out Ghost. Go check out Lucky Trader. Any hot takes on the way out here, Ghost?
No. Fun game week. I think it's going to be low scoring. Fire up your Mavericks. Your non-Luka Mavericks. I think that's exciting that we got that news early. Always nice to get that.
Seriously.
It's going to be some fun.
Yeah, I know. The Mavericks news was nice to get that right before lock. All right, for Ghost, for myself, we will be back. And also just a reminder, if this is your first time here, because we get a bunch of new subs today, shout out all you new people that came over to the So Rare Streets. We do a daily show Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, just talking basketball. We have 2 episodes of value hunting for each game, well, 1 per game week. So we do 1 on Monday morning. We do 1 on Thursday morning. We do live before lock on Mondays and Fridays at 5:30. And we do a bunch of other garbage, honestly. So like the stream, subscribe, drop a comment, do all that stuff. And I hope everybody has a good weekend. For Ghost, myself, we out.